WPSD News, a team that cares. With a 35-year tradition of regional news, sports, and weather, this is NewsBeat Tonight.
Good evening, everyone. Ron will be back on Monday. I'm Tom Butler. The week has ended in a fiery blaze in the flood-ravaged town of Quincy, Illinois. One of the town's few remaining levees broke tonight, cutting a barge loose and sending it full force into a fuel tank. The tank exploded on contact, sending flames high into the sky. 150 people were working on the levee when it broke. All were evacuated safely. There are no reports of injuries in the blaze, but the entire town is now underwater. The floodwater sweeping across Alexander County, Illinois, is nature at its wildest, the sight best seen from above. Kelly Burkeen and photographer Roger Dunaway take us on an aerial tour of Alexander County.
Our aerial tour begins in Cairo, Illinois, where the blue Ohio meets the mighty Mississippi. Here, the river is 2 feet above flood stage. Water has spilled over in low-lying farmland along the river banks, but Cairo, guarded by its flood wall, is high and dry. But just a few miles away, everything changes. It's tough to distinguish the river from flooded land. Here, the Mississippi is the center of your screen. Soybean fields 10 feet underwater flank the tree lines on both sides. Water is consuming dozens of homes, driving at least 400 people away. And here's the reason for it. It's a 400 feet wide break in the levee along the Mississippi. In some places, we watch the water rise 4 inches an hour. You see, Alexander County is a peninsula, surrounded by the river on 3 sides. Corps engineers tell us the raging river water may find its way back to the Mississippi. But for now, the furious flood is cutting across roads, through fields, into homes, drowning everything in its path. With photographer Roger Dunaway, Kelly Burkeen, NewsBeat 6, above Alexander County, Illinois.
While the crop and property loss along the Mississippi River is already in the untold billions of dollars, the cost of idle barges and tows continues to mount as well. SIU agribusiness professor Jeff Ballou estimates 2,000 grain barges alone are tied up on the Mississippi from Cairo north.
When you consider that a typical barge tow carries about 15 barges in a tow, about the equivalent of 200 rail cars, that's a lot of capacity that's being underutilized. The cost, we've got the direct cost of the labor charges, the fuel charges, the energy charges, which run approximately $500 a day for each one of these tows. But much more important is the opportunity cost of the lost business that these barges can't get when they can't refill those barges.
At least 50 to 70 river vessels are tied up at Paducah. Those normally ply the upper Mississippi. There's no mandatory evacuation order for that part of southern Illinois, but officials say it's not a bad idea. If you want to leave the flooded areas but need a hand, those of you who live in Alexander, Jackson, or Union counties can call this number on the screen, 618-776-5300. The other number now on your screen is for folks in those counties who want the latest information on the river level, crest estimates, or road conditions. That number is 1-800-600-6444. If you are heading toward or live in Missouri and you want to know how the state and federal highways are holding up, you can find out by calling this number, 1-800-526-8828. That number works no matter where you live. You'll get a recorded message that's updated twice a day. Keep your pencil and paper handy. We'll be giving you some other phone numbers in the course of the news for donations, relief efforts, and volunteer programs. One of those, AMVET's Post 56 in Paducah, is gathering supplies for the flood victims in our area. Volunteers are collecting food, water, money, and other supplies like these. Water donated by the Paducah Party Mart. The Post will put the items on trucks tomorrow morning, send them first to southern Illinois, then to southeast Missouri. Post 56 is hoping that anyone attending the club tonight will bring a flood donation of some kind. After the Mississippi River level drops back down to normal levels, folks in Missouri and Illinois can expect a second deluge, the arrival of con artists. If the aftermath of Hurricanes Hugo and Andrew are any indication, it's almost an absolute certainty that hucksters will try to cash in on this tragedy. Officials are warning flood victims to look out for home repair deals and people posing as representatives of charities. Coming up next, how the flood is having an effect nationwide and how the government is trying all sorts of things to help out.
Now at Bright, save an additional 25% off already reduced spring and summer merchandise at Bright's, Paducah, Murray, and Union City.
Buy, sell, or trade guns, knives, gold, silver, jewelry, coins, ammo, and more during the Egyptian Collectors Gun Show this Saturday and Sunday, 9 till 5 at Paducah's Mid-America Expo Center.
You're watching WPSD News, a team that cares.
Michelson Jewelers' Sizzle and Summer Sale is
hot stuff.
Coin replica or diamond and pink ice rings, $49. Ladies' wideband clusters or men's diamond nugget rings, just $99.
That's sizzle.
The diamond fashion item of the decade. 1-carat solid gold tennis bracelets, priced as never before, only $3.99.
The Sizzle and Summer Sale. Michelson's hottest sale ever. Don't miss it.
It's time to play the Kentucky Lottery's Pick 3. Hi, I'm Tim Holston. Tonight's winning number is 722. That's 722. Donna?
Hi, I'm Donna Craycroft, and tonight's winning numbers for the pick are number 19. Play one, match just one, and you're a winner. Followed by number 12. Number 6. Play 3, match 3, and win $200. Number 54. Play 4, match 4, and win $2,000. Number 32. Number 34. Play 6, match just 6 of 8, and win $200,000 in cash. Number 10. And the final number is number 20. That's 19, 12, 6, 54, 32, 34, 10, and 20. Tip?
Now it's time to play Cash 5, where you can win up to $100,000 in one lump sum. Our first number is 28, followed by number 17. Match 2 or more numbers in any order and you're a winner. Number 33, match 3 and win $10. Number 13, match 4 and win $100. And the fifth and final number for $100,000 in cash is 2. That's 28, 17, 33, 13, and 2. Good night and good luck from the Kentucky Lottery.
The Missouri River has surged within 50 yards of archives that protect priceless state documents in Jefferson City. Officials say the records should be safe. They're kept in watertight vaults. The Missouri State Information Center was built to withstand disasters, and it's a good thing. Among the documents, paperwork from the Louisiana Purchase and others dating back to the 1790s. The old State House was wiped out by fire in 1911. Iowa has arguably been hit worst by the Mississippi flood, but residents and volunteers working to keep the waters out of the state capital got a break today. Portable showers were brought in by the folks who make the Water Pick shower massagers, sponsored by the Multiple Sclerosis Society. Des Moines has been without running water for more than a week. The overflowing river has poisoned the freshwater supply. The 14 shower stalls can handle thousands of people each day and will remain open until Sunday. President Clinton is full of praise for the way his people have handled the crisis so far. CNN's Skip Lozier visited the headquarters of the Federal Emergency Management Agency and got an informative surprise.
This is the nerve center of FEMA's emergency support team in Washington.
We do need sandbags in Illinois.
We found out that the military has 7 million sandbags in their warehouse.
Okay, good. We're covered.
Down here, jammed into the far corner of this room, is television's newest network. It's called the Disaster Channel.
The Disaster Channel will be coming back up in approximately 1 minute.
Good afternoon. This is Marvin Davis with the Federal Emergency Management Agency in Washington.
They don't have a lot to work with.
A little chewing gum and a little wire and a few bobby pins, and, you know, we've got it hung together in that respect, but we felt like it was meeting a need.
With Midwestern states still fighting to keep from sinking, FEMA just couldn't keep up with all the calls from television stations and cable systems looking for the latest flood figures, facts on relief efforts, and requests for interviews with experts.
We go drag in some of these disaster experts, put them in front of the camera, and just say, hey, you know, it's like talking to your friend or something. Just tell them what's happening.
For 3 hours each afternoon, FEMA now provides those elements by satellite, hoping broadcasters and cable outlets will put them on the air. The agency plans to keep doing it until the floods end. And if it's well received, they'll fire it up again for the next disaster. Skip Lozier, CNN, Washington.
Yeah, I'm glad that it's really unusual that now good news is really news, because everything else has been so down and so negative.
That's right.
All the tragedy. So we're glad when good news is we're able to bring some. And maybe yours is just no news as far as your forecast.
Well, yeah, there is no news as far as our weather was concerned over the weekend, nothing new at all. We're taking a look at the chance of rain for us and the chance of rain, of course, where it's not needed upstream. We'll look at that and more in just a minute.
This portion of the news is brought to you by People's First Corporation, member FDIC.
Shopping for a new home? Let the Residential Lending Department of People's First National Bank of Paducah help you make sure your homeownership goals are fulfilled. Our full-time mortgage professionals will be there to help you understand the financing options available. Rely on People's Bank for friendly, prompt home mortgage service. People's First National Bank of Paducah, a member of the People's First Corporation family of banks, leading the way to better banking for everyone in Western Kentucky. Equal housing lender.
You want it? They probably got it at Going First Class in Benton. With over 200 items from which to choose, anyone can afford to go first class. They have one of the largest selections of exercise equipment in the area, featuring the Crosswalk. Pay $12.99 for a sofa and chair, get a recliner free. Select fashions from a variety of famous makers. A 4-piece wicker furniture set with cushions can be yours for only $249.99. Now anyone can afford to go first class. Shop Going First Class, 321 North Main in Benton.
Where can you find Rod Stewart?
The Tonight Show on NBC. In fact, let me spell it for you. NBC.
Heart attacks rarely occur without warning. Often, the symptoms of a heart attack appear weeks or even months before the actual occurrence. Prompt medical attention when the warning signs happen can greatly reduce your risk of death.
The signs of a heart attack will typically include a pressure, burning, squeezing, or tightness in the chest. These may spread into the neck, the arm, jaw, or back. At times, there is associated nausea, vomiting, or sweating.
The Chest Pain Center at Lourdes Hospital is available to provide priority care to heart patients 24 hours a day. The Chest Pain Center is located within the emergency department at Lourdes and is staffed with nurses and physicians who are specially trained to deal with heart emergencies. Don't waste precious minutes if you have symptoms of a heart attack. Prompt medical attention could save your life.
This family health break was brought to you by Lourdes Hospital, your hospital for family-centered care.
Rained hard in a few places around our area today. That has died down now, but first thing in the morning, our forecast still includes a 20% chance of a stray shower, especially the northern half of the area, with temperatures under partly cloudy skies in the 70s to start our Saturday. Nothing new. Partly cloudy, another hot, humid one tomorrow afternoon, a 30% chance of thunderstorms, and temperatures in the 90s, and it will feel, of course, hotter with the humidity. Outside the Weather Center right now, our temperature 80 degrees, and we have partly to mostly cloudy skies. Our high today was 96, the low this morning 75. So today among one of the hotter ones this summer so far. The winds east 1 to 2, the barometer 30 inches even and steady, the relative humidity 89%, and no rain has fallen today here at the Weather Center. The National Weather Service radar out of Paducah has been tracking some storms dying down over our area tonight, and actually most of what we see now is either ground clutter or what we call anomalous propagation, not real stuff at all. We are picking up some showers in southern Indiana. That's it for now, but the regional Skywatch picture showing more showers and storms through central sections of Missouri and into central Illinois, and we may see some of those skim in our direction later on tonight. Here's the national satellite view with moisture still moving up in buckets from the Gulf of Mexico and helping to support the thunderstorms firing through the central part of the country and the northern plains once again. Possibility of ½ an inch to an inch rains in general tonight over the northern plains states and some locally heavier amounts from some of those storms. Today we had a little rain here and there. Most of the weather watchers not reporting it around our neck of the woods, but heat everywhere. In fact, temperatures turning quite a bit warmer from the southwest today than they were yesterday. 95 degrees at Cape Girardeau, contrasted with an 88 at the same location yesterday in Steve Pledger's report. 97 degrees from the Suiters at Martin, and temperatures at this hour are still very sultry upper 70s to lower 80s, and it feels still like it's about 90 degrees or so out there tonight. Here's the warm, humid air surging to the north. Weather system in the middle part of the country responsible for the rain that's returning to the northern plain states, and we'll see more of that during the next 24 hours, and by Sunday still more heading through that same soaked area. For us, just some widely scattered mainly afternoon and evening thunderstorms. The 6 to 10 day outlook, which takes us up to the 24th, or a week from tomorrow, shows good news for the southeast, which has been parched, some rain there, but unfortunately above normal precipitation still in the upper Midwest. And here's our 30-day outlook into the middle of August. More heavy rain there and a return to below normal rainfall over the southeast. For tonight, we're looking for partly cloudy skies, maybe a stray shower or storm in the north sections with lows in the 70s. For tomorrow, partly cloudy, chance of an afternoon thunderstorm, highs in the 90s. Tomorrow night, maybe an evening storm, otherwise partly cloudy, muggy in the 70s again. About the same on Sunday and Monday, a little bit better chance of storms maybe by Tuesday. And otherwise, no change.
It's getting really hard to decide whether we really want this rain now, because we know that it works well for some and not for others.
That's right.
Yeah. Stocks were mostly lower on Wall Street today. There were a couple of bright spots. The Dow Jones Industrial Average fell 22.5 points. The average share lost 20 cents. The transportations and utilities were both up. The S&P 500 index gave up 3.5 points, and the NASDAQ took a hit, down almost 9. Still to come, President Clinton puts the final touches on his policy over gays in the military, and Kentucky gets a groundbreaking Supreme Court justice.
Brought to you by your Lincoln Mercury dealers.
What is it about this new Mercury Cougar that attracts so much attention? Maybe it's the new leather-trimmed interior with more standard features, like power everything. But then again, the new low price is very attractive. In fact, this new Cougar costs less than it did 4 years ago. If you ask me, its most attractive feature has got to be looks. But you'll get used to people staring. Cougar XR7 at your Lincoln Mercury dealer now.
Here it comes, the 41st Annual J.C. Boot Heel Rodeo, August 11 through 14. Enjoy PRCA competition at its best. Get your tickets to see Tracy Lawrence, Mark Chestnut, Lori Morgan, and Sammy Kershaw. Wrangler American-style bullfighting will kick you out of your seat. And the clowns will keep you in stitches. Also returning, wild horse racing. Don't let the dust settle on your boots. Get your tickets today for the J.C. Boot Heel Rodeo, August 11 through 14. Call 1-800-455-BULL.
Since 1943, the professionals at Curtis & Mays have been photographing families, creating a history of your lives. Curtis & Mays and the Camera Shop Imaging Center invite you to join in their 50th anniversary celebration. Bring in your 1940s and 50s Curtis & Mays portraits for display, and they'll thank you with a free portrait for the 90s. And let them demonstrate the photo reproduction and video transfer services that can preserve your treasured family memories for future generations. Curtis & Mays and the Camera Shop Imaging Center, celebrating 50 years in downtown Paducah.
When you see news happening, roll your camcorder and call WPSD at 1-800-4-WPSD-TV.
Choosing the right car, the right truck for you might be a few days experience or a few weeks. But after that, you're going to have an experience with the dealer that sells you the car or truck for a long time. Customer care is not an option. Customer care is a mandate that the public today expects. We understand that. We're listening, and we're available to give you the highest care that you've ever experienced anywhere at any time, and that's a promise.
In the beginning, there was an abundance of fresh vegetables, meats, and cheeses. Our customers sought alternatives, so Taco John's created an original deli club sandwich. We begin with a fresh tortilla, layers of ham and turkey breast, cheddar cheese, lettuce, and tomatoes, all topped with our enticing Sierra sauce and crisp bacon. Get a free medium soft drink when you try our new Deli Club burrito. But hurry, it's only at Taco John's for a limited time. Taco John's, more than you imagined.
Governor Brereton Jones has picked a woman to become Kentucky's newest Supreme Court Justice. Sarah Walter Combs took her oath of office today. The 44-year-old attorney is the Commonwealth's first female justice. She replaces the retiring Justice Dan Jack Combs. They are not related. She'll fill that job until the end of this year, and then will run in November for the remaining 3 years of the term. Judge Combs is the widow of former governor and federal appeals court Judge Burt Combs. White House officials say President Clinton's final decision on gays in the military will come out next week. An administration source says the president will adopt a don't ask, don't tell, don't pursue policy, a compromise that is not likely to please people on either side of the issue.
Recent documents I've seen do represent an improvement over current policy. Unfortunately, given the strong views of the chiefs of staff and the inclination, I believe, of a majority of Congress to follow what the chiefs indicate, it's not good enough.
Barney Frank is an avowed homosexual. The policy would bar openly practicing homosexuals from the service, but forbid investigations into those gay men and women who conduct their lives in a more discreet manner. The president says he'll stand 100% behind his nominee for Surgeon General. Senate confirmation hearings for Dr. Joycelyn Elders have been postponed for a week. Questions have surfaced about Dr. Elders' role on an Arkansas bank board, her family's taxes, and her continued acceptance of a state salary while working as a Washington consultant. Dr. Elders' nomination does not sit well with conservatives who don't agree with her views on abortion, sex education, and birth control. Heavily armed officers continue to search for a gunman who attacked a ranger in Yosemite National Park. Dozens of state, federal, and county officers are looking for a man who shot and wounded the ranger, then fled into the wilderness. 10 hiking trails have been closed to the public. Police have set up roadblocks throughout the park. Officials fear the gunman may take a visitor hostage or try to shoot his way out. The trooper who was shot was treated and released from a hospital. He had a bullet wound to his leg. FBI agents in Los Angeles decided to abort several white supremacy investigations when they learned a group of neo-Nazis was about to mail a bomb to a rabbi. A Los Angeles prosecutor says the other investigations had to be compromised to protect the life of someone clearly in immediate danger. One of the groups is also believed to have been plotting the murder of Rodney King and talk show host Arsenio Hall. 8 people were arrested last night on conspiracy and weapons charges in connection with the various investigations. Dave Winder's in for sports. Lots of things getting ready for the weekend.
That's right. We're looking forward to the Irving Cobb Championship. Do you think Mark Manis might be a little nervous tonight as he tries to get some sleep?
Tough to defend.
That's right. He is the defending champion. He is from Lexington, Tennessee, and we'll talk to the amateur Cobb champion coming up in just a moment.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Dodge Intrepid. At Dodge, we're changing everything.
The news about Dodge Intrepid hasn't made Ford and Toyota very happy. After all, its revolutionary cab-forward design means Intrepid has more passenger room than Taurus or Camry. Plus, Intrepid offers safety features they don't give you, like both driver and passenger side airbags standard, or an available integrated child safety seat. So when the press started calling Intrepid names, you'd think Ford and Toyota would be overjoyed. They weren't. Dodge Intrepid. This changes everything.
I don't know how these young families do it these days. Prices are going up and up. So Wendy's is trying to help with great family values. Get an old-fashioned single combo, a quarter-pound single with biggie fries and a 20-ounce drink for just $2.99. Plus Wendy's hamburger kids meal with a toy is just $1.99. It's a great deal for the whole family. So when you walk out, you have change in your pocket.
Hey, Dad!
Coming, Wendy.
Get the $2.99 single combo and the $1.99 hamburger kids meal at Wendy's.
Carpet Corner. Let me tell you where there's a real carpet sale going on right now. Carpet Corner's big after vacation sale going on July the 13th through the 17th. Everything in the store reduced 10%. Our highest price, $7.19 a square yard. Stainmaster, worry-free, you name it, goes on the floor. We got it for 1 week, $7.19 a square yard. That's Carpet Corner at East Cape, Carpet Corner at Harrisburg, and Carpet Corner at Marion. Our highest price, $7.19 a square yard.
Ford's got it with the #1 selling small car in America, Ford Escort. And the only way to get one is at your local Ford dealer. Take your pick from 4 different Escorts, all loaded with extras, and all for the same low price. That's 4 different Escorts for one low price. See your local Ford dealer today. They've got the deal that's right for you.
Now you're getting somewhere.
Unclaimed Freight Sales has brand name furniture for less. Why, you just won't sleep till you see how cheap. Why, Unclaimed Freight has recliners, only $77. King mattress sets, $244. A sleeper sofa, just $179. Even $39 day beds and $9 lamps. Yeah, Unclaimed Freight Sales has a sale every day.
Yeah, they sure are drawing a crowd.
Corner Highway 60 and Airport Road.
Hey, as soon as I land this helicopter, I'm going over there myself.
Free financing available. We do take credit cards.
Lexington, Tennessee's Mark Manis won the Irvin Cobb Amateur Golf Championship last summer, and he must be playing well because he was one of the two four-man teams today that won the Pro-Am at 10 under at Paxton Park. Joel Padfield of Evansville was the low pro today with a 5 under 66. But back to Mark Manis as he defends his title tomorrow. The 22-year-old has just finished his college career at Memphis State University. He defeated 7-time champion Jimmy Brown by 1 shot last summer. So what about this time around?
Don't really know what to expect. I've been trying to make a few swing changes, and something you really can't work on during the golf season at school because you got to worry about scoring more than swing changes. So I'm excited about it. I'm really my first tournament of the summer, so don't know what to expect really.
So all eyes will be on Mark Manis, and Scott Beard, who comes from Louisville, is out to defend his pro title. This tournament, now 57 years old, is named after Irvin Cobb, a well-known humorist, actor, newspaper, and writer and author from Paducah. The tradition of the Cobb tournament is undeniably rich. Check out some of the former winners and how they've gone on to bigger and better things. Centralia's Tom Argo won the Cobb in 1990, and this year he shocked the world and won the Senior PGA Championship when he was a qualifier. Russ Cochran learned his golf at Paxton Park in Paducah. His latest championship at the Cobb came in 1989. Cochran has been a mainstay on the PGA Tour and won the Western Open in 1991. Kenny Perry, a graduate of Lone Oak High School, now lives in Franklin, Kentucky, and he won the Cobb in 1983. He also had Cobb amateur titles in 81 and 82, and he has won on the PGA Tour. And Madisonville's Brad Fable has had a much less memorable PGA Tour career, but he too captured the Cobb in 1984. John Rigger of Metropolis played on the PGA Tour in 1992. He's back for the tournament, and he has finished second twice. Rigger caused a stir this week when he eagled hole number 18 2 days in a row. All right, at the British Open today, Nick Faldo had the magic touch with the magic wand, his pitching wedge, in for a birdie on the par 5 14th. And as you can see, he was just as surprised as the fans were who watched that ball go into the cup. It was a course record 63 at Royal St. George today, and he will lead them into the 3rd round tomorrow. Bernhard Langer is 1 shot back, and Fred Couples, Corey Pavin, and Greg Norman are all at 2 shots back. The Cardinals tonight, and you see the fly ball going to right field off the bat of Tom Pagnozzi, Cards and Astros. Here's Ray Langford, and he is safe at the plate. Scott Service could not hang on to the ball that tied the game at 1-1. Joe McGrain was knocked out early tonight. A big double by Jeff Backwell in the 2nd inning. Scored 2 Astros, 3-1 Houston. And in the 3rd inning, the Cardinals got to Darren Kyle. Todd Zeal with a base hit to left that made it a 3-2 game as Ozzie scored. Langford, coming off the DL recently, had another hit. That tied it at 3-3. And then Mark Whitten, who hit that massive shot last night, came through with a base hit to give the Cardinals a 4-3 lead, but the Astros eventually came back to tie this at 4-4. Let's go to the scoreboard and check out the score. It's still 4-4, Cardinals and the Astros in the 7th inning. Elsewhere today, Chicago beat Colorado 8-2, Cincinnati over Florida 4-0, Atlanta beat Pittsburgh 3-2. Games on the coast, Philadelphia and San Diego just getting underway. Same for Montreal and LA, and New York and San Francisco. American League, California over Cleveland 2-1. New York beat Oakland 10-3. Boston over Seattle 5-3. Baltimore beat Minnesota 9-7. And it was Kansas City over Toronto 7-3, and Chicago, Milwaukee 3-3 in the 8th, and Texas leads Detroit 7-4 in the 6th inning. Ken Schrader has the pole for Sunday's running of the NASCAR Miller 500 at Pocono. Schrader topped his previous record for qualifying there at over 162 miles per hour. Bill Elliott will start with him on the front row on Sunday. Ricky Rudd and Ernie Irvin are on the 2nd row, and it will be an emotional day, of course, as the drivers remember Davey Allison. Mark Manis talks about swing changes. I make swing changes every time I go out. Maybe his will do him some good this weekend.
Me too. Cal has the whole weekend weather outlook on tap when we come back.
It starts every morning.
239 of your friends, neighbors, and probably even a relative or two, all working with a single purpose in mind: to earn your trust, your faith, your business at Citizens Bank. From every person, from every morning to every night. At Citizens, we're working to be your bank.
We here at Hardee's have a little quiz for you. What do you think of when I say New York? Right, that great-tasting New York rye. And how about when I say big? Right again, Hardee's thick quarter-pound burger. How about exciting? Uh-huh, sautéed onions, crisp bacon, and 3 kinds of cheese. Well, that's Hardee's new New York Patty Melt. And now when you try one, kids get a burger, small fries, and a drink for just $1. Now, the final question.
Are you ready for some real food?
Hardee's. You could receive $50 for the news tip of the month. Call WPSD TV at 1-800-4-WPSD-TV or dial *6 on your Cellular One phone. A free service of Cellular One in Kentucky and Illinois.
Summer's fun and sunny.
And why is summer funner?
The 50s combo.
A great-tasting Sonic burger and order of fries, a medium Coke Classic for just $2.29. The 50s combo. And summer's funner with the Match 2 to win game. You could win a free Corvette.
One of 15 trips to Cancun.
A free Corvette. Free food. Free Corvette.
Free Coke.
So try the 50s combo. You could win. I wish I could win.
Summer's funner at Sonic.
It's the largest combined inventory reduction sale ever held in the history of Mayfield. This Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, Wheeler McLean, Parsons Motor Company, and Driver Motors have joined forces to bring prices down. Take your choice from over 1,000 cars and trucks by General Motors, Chrysler, Plymouth, Dodge, Ford, Lincoln, and Mercury. Qualified buyers get on-the-spot 6.9% bank financing. This unprecedented sale is 3 days only. This Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at Wheeler McLean, Parsons Motor Company, and Driver Motors, all located on Highway 45 North, Mayfield, Kentucky.
As we head into the weekend, it's been a good week here for me, being with you guys, and it's time
good to have you here.
Get down to business and give us a forecast.
Okay, first thing on our Saturday morning, possibility of a shower here and there, especially the northern parts of our area. Partly cloudy, muggy in the 70s. Tomorrow afternoon, a familiar sight, partly cloudy, 30% chance of thunderstorms, temperatures in the 90s, the heat index over 100 again, so take it slow and easy out there. And we're looking for more of the same on Sunday.
Ron Beaton will be back in this chair on Monday. Oh, you guys will be glad.
Yeah, we'll miss you, Tom.
Well, I enjoyed my week here. It's really been a good change of pace to get on and see what's
just like the old days, isn't it?
Tonight's show is next.
Yes, it is hot, but apparently not hot enough for the folks at Gillum Thompson Furniture and Bassett Gallery in Mayfield. No, they're turning up the heat with red-hot savings. 3.5 acres of savings, name brand sofa and love seat combos, glider, rockers, daybed frames, and a whole lot more. Hot savings on beautiful furniture during the July clearance sale now at Gillum Thompson. Oh, and you'd better hurry, because after July, these prices are going to cool off.
A new or used car isn't for everyone. Royal Oaks knows that. That's why we have a great selection of quality pre-owned cars and trucks on the lot. And before any pre-owned vehicle gets a space on our lot, it must pass a 21-point inspection test by our service department. So rest assured, when you're in the market for a quality used car or truck, Royal Oaks has the best selection of pre-owned vehicles that you'll find in one place anywhere. Royal Oaks Chevrolet Cadillac Geo, your best bet for a quality used car or truck.
I don't know how these young families do it these days. Prices are going up and up. So Wendy's is trying to help with great family values. Get an old-fashioned single combo, a quarter-pound single with biggie fries and a 20-ounce drink for just $2.99. Plus Wendy's hamburger kids meal with a toy is just $1.99. It's a great deal for the whole family. So when you walk out, you have change in your pocket.
Hey, Dad!
Coming, Wendy.
Get the $2.99 single combo and the $1.99 hamburger kids meal at Wendy's.